Good morning. If you're tuning in for the Virtual Age Plus Gala, you're in the right place. If you're tuning in for something else, well, stick around. This is going to be much more inspiring than whatever you were tuning in for. The virtual event will begin in 15 minutes. It's a great time for you to test your setup. And most importantly, to know the rule that you can make your donation today by texting the code AGELESS, A-G-E-L-E-S-S, AGELESS, to the number 44321. We've got a chat window, so feel free to participate. It's at the right of your screen. And we'll be back to you at 12 noon sharp. See you then. We are just 5 minutes away from liftoff of the virtual event, Age Plus event. Glad you're with us today. It's a great time for you to test your setup, make sure the wireless is fine, grab a lunch, let the cat out, let the dog out, have a good seat, and get ready to be inspired today. The best way to give today, of course, is by texting the code Ageless, AGELESS, to 44321. That number is 44321. We have a chat window there you can see to the right of your screen. Hope you'll join us today and participate, and we'll be back in just 5 minutes at 12 noon. See you then.
Hi, I'm Ward Green. I'm the president of SAGE. That's Senior Advocates for Generational Equity. We're proud sponsors of the 2021 Ageless Awards, and we're longtime supporters of Age Plus. It's really true that even though you're 75 or older, you still are making contributions with your time, your money, and your voice. It's important for all of us. Thanks very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Sally Bainey from the Marie Lamfrom Charitable Foundation. I'm here today to congratulate Gary Maffei on his award. Gary has been such a supporter of the state of Oregon and all of its community members. We really appreciate you, Gary. You're the greatest of all time.
Congratulations to all the recipients and to Dr. Judith Rameli. Thank you for letting your knowledge serve our city and our university. Portland State University Alumni Association and our worldwide network of 190,000 alumni salute you and thank you for your dedication and service to higher education.
Good morning. My name is Mark Rosenbaum. I'm the president of Rosenbaum Financial, a financial planning and investment management firm based in Portland for the last 65 years. I wish to offer my congratulations to General Reese. General Reese is a man of integrity, commitment, dedication, and compassion, and immensely deserving of being included in your honorees today. Gary Maffei, Judith Ramali, General Reese, and Kathleen Sadat remind us that leadership and example doesn't end at retirement. Congratulations to Age Plus and Karen Brown Wilson for a successful luncheon today.
Good afternoon. I'm Kerry Timchuk, Executive Director of the Oregon Historical Society, and it's my pleasure to serve as your Master of Ceremonies today, virtually, as we celebrate this great event, Age+'s virtual Ageless Award Luncheon. We're going to be honoring today 4 remarkable individuals, and we're also going to be supporting the outstanding, life-changing work of Age+. I'm excited to be with you today, as I said here, as we continue on with what's going to be a very exciting program. Before we begin today, I want to begin with a native lands acknowledgement. We recognize that Age+ resides and provides programs and services on the ancestral homelands of the tribes who have rights and interests in Oregon and our communities. Given Age+'s commitment to the principles embodied in equity and inclusion, Age+ acknowledges their resolve to actively recognize and to make visible by their programs and policies the special role and recognition of tribal and indigenous elders on whose ancestral lands we reside. Now you can't, just as it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to put on an event like this, and want to recognize some of the villagers who have made today possible. I begin with the Age+ Board of Directors for all their outstanding work, their commitment of time, talent, and treasure to make this event happen and to keep Age+ operating and doing the outstanding work that it does. So if out there, your board of directors have given 100% to this organization with a financial gift. We also want to thank the amazing sponsors for supporting Age+ and for this today's lunch. Founders Circle, which is giving of $10,000. Concepts Community Living, Inc. Portland State University, which includes the President's Office, the College of Urban and Public Affairs, the School of Public Health, the School of Social Work, the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and the PSU Foundation. Our innovation champions at the $5,000 level include the Marie Lamfrom Charitable Foundation, the Touchmark Foundation, and Touchmark Living Centers. Our third age leaders at the $2,500 level, Big Red LLC, Kaiser Permanente, Manor Management Services, Inc., Oregon ALF, the PSU Alumni Association, Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oregon, the Senior Advocates for Generational Equity, we know them as SAGE, the Standard, and USI. And listed on the screen now are our proud supporter sponsors at the $1,000 level. We thank them all. Good work, and thank you for the support of Age+. And the way that you can give today and to join these wonderful donors is by texting Ageless, AGELESS, of course, to 44321. That's Ageless to the number 44321. Or you can click the donate button on the right of this broadcast. If you do not see a donate button, take your pen, draw one on your computer screen, and no, just kidding. If you do not see a donate button, exit the full screen mode. Make sure you partake in the chat window with your comments today to the right of the screen. And today we're going to have we're here to support the amazing work of Age+. To learn more about their mission and work, we have this video to share with you.
I'm Dr. Karen Brown Wilson, the founder of Age+, an organization that empowers community of all ages to value and support older adults. I've been working in the field of aging for over 40 years. My first experience with aging was with my mother, who had a stroke at the age of 55. She said, "Why don't you do something to help people like me?" And my work has always been inspired by listening to what others said they needed. Age+ believes valuing and caring for older adults is an all-hands-on-deck proposition. This has been especially true over the last year. It required new thinking by employers, communities, and families. In this pandemic year, the issues around older adults have become more visible. We have learned just how vital older adults are in our communities as experienced workers and talented volunteers. We've missed them. We've also seen urgent needs in housing, mobility, healthcare, and basic caregiving. These challenges are more pronounced for older adults who are isolated, underserved, and living with limited resources, often in rural areas. As COVID-19 has swept across Oregon, our older citizens have borne a very heavy cost, not only in illness and in death, but in a terrible isolation we can hardly imagine. We've responded with all we could muster, from connecting at-risk people to services to assisting with obtaining life-saving vaccinations. We've learned that it's not enough for resources to be available. They must also be accessible, equitable, and inclusive for all communities. Age Plus grew out of our promise to do something to improve the lives of older adults. Doing something means making room for older adults to continue to contribute to their communities as they are able and willing. Uniting and empowering communities of all ages to respect the aging process and address the challenges it poses. Helping grandparents raise grandchildren who do not fit in traditional boxes. Developing affordable housing that incorporates universal design. Leading community conversations about aging that focus on what's strong, not what's wrong. And stimulating partnerships that mobilize community resources to support vulnerable older adults. After all, life is too valuable to waste at any age. Age Plus, doing something for older adults through communities, generations, and innovations.
The Portland Art Museum, where I'm standing today, and the Oregon Historical Society across the street where I work are just down the street from one of Portland's greatest assets, Portland State University. They were the major sponsor of this event, Portland State University, the President's Office, the PSU Foundation, College of Urban and Public Affairs, the School of Public Health, the School of Social Work, and the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Thank you, PSU, and now let's see a special message from our friends at Portland State. Go Vikings.
We started from scratch. We fought to learn, to build the foundation of our future. But it was washed away. From the waters we rose, from the Oregon ship to the shores of Portland, we flooded the city to serve, to improve the lives of our families, our community, our city, our country. We are thirsty for more knowledge, for change, opportunities, justice, and we will continue to learn, to fight for what we believe in.
Thank you to Portland State. You know, the great baseball player and philosopher Satchel Paige once said that age is mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. And I'm so honored to celebrate today our honorees who are proving that it doesn't matter, who are doing such outstanding work, and to support the important work of Age Plus. Age Plus is providing amazing support for older adults across Oregon, and that has never been more important than this past year as we dealt with the repercussions of a pandemic. Now we're going to hear from our first honoree, Judith Ramaley, PSU President Emeritus, Professor and Board Trustee, with a special message from someone who knows her well, the current President of PSU, Steve Piercy.
Greetings, Stephen Piercy here, President of Portland State. I'm so pleased to be at the Ageless Awards event today, and I'm even ever more pleased to be able to congratulate Dr. Judith Ramaley for the award she is receiving. I've known Judith for about 20 years. I got to know her in around 2000, or about her actually, when at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, working with a new chancellor, I was asked to help the university move forward in very aggressive ways in university community engagement. We looked around the country to see what other universities were doing important work, and we found Portland State, as you're not surprised. Let knowledge serve the city was just becoming the mantra, the power of the aligning force of our institution, and we learned so much from that experience. And I met Judith on many other occasions and events. When I came to Portland, she had retired here in Portland, and she's been a friend all these years, a mentor, a supporter, and a great thinker. And I owe so much to her, and so many other people do, for all that she's given to us of her knowledge, wisdom, and experience. All the best, Judith. Congratulations.
I've been asked often, why am I still in the game? Why am I so engaged? And I just love learning. And one way to learn is to put myself in situations that are changing out from under me, which means I pay attention differently. I listen to other people differently. That's a joy. One of the things that's gone through my mind a lot, especially since we all experienced the impact of COVID-19 and the pandemic consequences, are things like we need to work together. I've learned, maybe just because I have grandchildren I consider above average, I enjoy talking with them. I start seeing things differently. They see things differently. So working across generations to understand a problem, to draw on different kinds of experiences, to respect and appreciate what others have to offer, starts a pattern that will help us, because as we come out of the pandemic's worst stages, things won't look the way they looked before. And understanding that and seeing what's emerging requires many eyes, many experiences, and the stories of many different people. So intergenerational has to be part of our future. There's something special about thinking like that, because there's a deep intrinsic reward that I experience about the fact that my being there matters. But more importantly, I learn something every day that I would not learn easily if I didn't have all these relationships, all of these experiences. It's a rich, wonderful banquet that I get to sit down to every day. To me, living with a sense of purpose means there's value to what I'm doing to others, not just to me.
This community in this state, we're so fortunate to have had Judith's leadership at Portland State University. Please welcome her now as she accepts her award.
I'm so grateful for this, because for me, it carries a message. And the message it carries is that people that we are honoring have stories to tell. They have witness to give. They have hope in the future. They can inspire others to care about whatever matters to them. It's a wonderful way to recognize the value of older adults in society in general, and particularly here in Oregon. The way that our efforts weave into that of others, the value we bring, the sense of purpose and direction that comes from it. So this lovely thing that I'm holding in my hand is carrying a deep message that I hope everyone appreciates, that to live is to love and learn at any age.
Thank you, Judith, and congratulations. Our next honoree is the one and only Kathleen Sadat. And here to tell us a little more about her is the one and only Thomas Lauderdale of Pink Martini. Thomas happens to be one of my bosses. He's on the board of the Oregon Historical Society. So Thomas, let's hear what you have to say about Kathleen.
So I met Kathleen Sadat in 1991. Both of us were working in the office of City Commissioner Gretchen Kafori. Kathleen Sadat became my teacher and hero in that period of time. Truly, she doesn't mince words. She's very clear and very calm, and that whole that whole experience of working in City Hall on such a beautiful thing as the Civil Rights Ordinance was one of the best experiences I've ever had. Simultaneously, it was interesting. One day I was coming to work and I heard this beautiful voice sort of resounding throughout the chamber of City Hall in the middle, and it was Kathleen Sadat. And I was blown away by her voice. And so that began a musical friendship as well, which took 7 or 8 years to finally release. But the reward was huge in the sense that, like when we released it, she was #4 on the Billboard Jazz charts. So at age 80, to actually make a singing recording debut was incredible. And also, well, later that year, or maybe the year following, she made her Hollywood Bowl debut, singing in front of 18,000 people 3 nights in a row, which I think is probably a little bit more than she ever anticipated. But she was surrounded by love and by all the band members. So congratulations to Kathleen Sadat on receiving your award from Age Plus. I hope that when I am your age, if that unlikely thing would ever happen, that I would be half as articulate, calm, and inspiring as you are today.
The motivation came early in life, recognition that people were treated differently. And a part of that came about growing up in Missouri, Tennessee, Southern Illinois, spending summers in Kentucky. When I went to school, I had to ride the bus, and I would not sit in the back of the bus. And my dad asked me, he said, I hear that you don't sit in the back of the bus. And I said, no, sir, I don't. He said, why not? I said, because I don't think we should have to sit there because we're colored. And that was the term being used at the time. And he said, to my continued amazement, I'm 80 years old now, you do what you think is right. Which I think was probably pretty scary for him to say to his 7-year-old daughter who was going to not obey the rules. What has inspired me has been my father and his family and the work they did and the attitude they had toward the world, which is help other people, do your best, always do your best. If you've done your best, that's good enough, but you must do your best. I also was taught by my family, because you're afraid doesn't mean you shouldn't do the thing that you need to do or want to do or needs to be done. What inspires me now? Young people. And seeing a change in the way that they see the world, who are willing to ignore things that were used as obstacles and barriers in the past and come together and try to make something better. I think being successful in aging means staying engaged. Aging is the process you go through in life. It's not some new take on, living. This is what human beings have done. We get born and we grow up, and if we're lucky, we get old and we die. So there's a certain amount that you have to accept if you're going to be comfortable with your life, not with aging, but with living. And if you want to live, then I believe, you stay engaged. You learn, you teach, you work, you think, you do. And as you get older, you may not learn as fast, you may not think as quickly, and you may need to stop doing and go lie down. But you can still do those things, and they still are important to you. And you still care about the world and your place in it and what you can do to help the world. That, to me, is successful aging.
I've heard many people say they want to be like Kathleen when they grow up. What an inspiration. I'm one of many who's a fan, and I'm happy to honor her today for her incredible work she has done for the city. Please join me now in welcoming, to accept her award, Kathleen Sadat.
First of all, thank you to Age Plus for this award, for recognizing that I've done something and that I'm old. It makes me feel, once again, humble, but also proud. It makes me feel like I want to talk to other older people and say, come on, we can keep on doing this. You have a lot to offer. We just need to find ways to do it. I know you ache sometimes. I know it hurts to stand up or to sit down or turn your neck, but there's still a lot we can do. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you, Kathleen, and congratulations. And by the way, in case you're wondering, to be eligible to get an Ageless Award, you have to be 75 years of age or older. So if you've got someone up there you think might be deserving of this award, send it along to Age Plus. And now let's take a moment to hear from the leaders of Age Plus, Dr. Karen Brown Wilson and Stephanie Hooper, as they reflect on this past remarkable year.
Here we are again, virtual. Who would have imagined working from home, wearing our sweats, learning to Zoom? But at least now we have hope. People are actually getting vaccines. We can glimpse a time when we'll be able to be with our loved ones and our friends. I haven't seen my granddaughter for a year, and she looks like she's grown a foot. Imagine. The past year has given us a lot of time to think, to reflect. And one of the things that I've been thinking about is it's a shame it took a pandemic to show just how invisible older adults are in our community, how often we underestimate their needs and challenges, and frankly, how much we depend on their contributions in our daily lives.
We know 90% of the deaths from COVID in Oregon have been people 60 and older. I'd guess each of us has been affected or personally felt these losses. I know I have. I can't think of any older adults who haven't felt more isolated during the pandemic, just missing the physical and human touch of their families and friends. And families have struggled to find quality caregivers or respite for themselves during this time. Isolated older adults have needed help getting basic groceries, medicines, or connecting with healthcare providers. And we can't underestimate the constant stress and fear felt by older adults in our community during this time. And it's not over. Many are still experiencing tremendous stress and frustration to ensure they get vaccinated. These stories have been heartbreaking for those of us who love and cherish older adults in our lives.
Truthfully, this has been a year like no other. It's been challenging for Age Plus and for everyone. We're grateful we've been able to use our expertise at Age Plus in new ways and in new communities. We partnered with state and local organizations to make sure that older adults had clear, correct information to keep them safe. We developed practical ways to connect them with vaccinations. But even as we adapted to respond to the pandemic, Age Plus did not stop its ongoing work.
So when distance learning started back in the fall, we knew we needed to provide our grandparents who are raising grandchildren more support to navigate the new virtual learning landscape. In recognizing the need for more consistent support, Age Plus worked on expanding its Circles of Care program to new places. And we've moved ahead with our series of community conversations on aging, albeit via Zoom, because we know we have to look beyond the pandemic for new solutions. And we're closer than ever to breaking ground on a new model of affordable, accessible housing for older adults.
We've had our hands full, but our focus on future innovations remains the same. We can't lose sight of the fact that Oregon will soon have as many adults over the age of 65 as children under the age of 18. Age Plus believes there's a bright future for Oregon. We believe older people will continue to be vital contributors to our economies and our communities, both in the workforce and as volunteers.
This pandemic is a wake-up call. Just look at how our systems of support have been strained and fragmented with the older adults we have now. We must rethink our approach to aging. From housing to mobility, healthcare to caregiving. We know now is the time to prepare for nearly twice as many older adults in just 10 years in Oregon.
And this is what Age Plus was founded to do. Something about, just like my mom said, we, like everyone else, did everything we could during the pandemic. We put our heart and soul into responding to the crisis. We knew it wasn't enough. We knew we needed to do more. And we will, with the help of our supporters and champions. We're committed to roll up our sleeves, and in the words of my mom, do something. At Age Plus, we intend that older adults not just survive the pandemic, but thrive in the future.
Welcome back, and you saw her on film, and now we're joined here in person by Stephanie Hooper, the president of Age Plus, and we are socially distanced here, and we have both been fully vaccinated, as I hope everyone out there has been or soon will be. So, no surprise, I know this isn't your first rodeo out there. This is a fundraiser, folks, to support the amazing work you have heard about. We're going to go through multiple giving levels and ask you to give as generously as you can to support the life-changing work of Age Plus.
Thank you, Carrie, for being our MC today. It's such a pleasure to have you. We have a very special opportunity for you all to double your impact today. In memory of Doris Castaneris, we are honored to announce a $50,000 match for all gifts of $250 and above. Please take a minute to read about Doris in the event program and the numerous ways that she continued to impact the lives of others in her community. We are grateful to her daughter, Tina, an Age Plus board member, for this incredible support. So our first giving level is at the $5,000 level. A gift at this level can start a new culturally specific support group for grandparents raising grandchildren. One grandma I talked to said she didn't feel so alone after hearing from others in her community who knew what it was like to parent a second time around. If you can make a gift of $5,000, please text Ageless to 44321. And if you have any technical problems, there is a phone number on your screen. Don't hesitate to call. Here comes $5,000 from Pat Reeser. Thank you, Pat. Karen Wilson and Michael Deshane. Thank you, Karen and Michael. Linda Hickey at the Ray Hickey Foundation. Thank you, thank you.
What a great way, too, to double your gift through this matching gift of anything above $250 up to the $50,000 level. What a generous gift. I remember the old double mint commercial. I'm aging myself here. Double your pleasure, double your fun. You can double the money here by donating. So our next level is $2,500. This level supports training and helping older adults expand their use and knowledge of technology. Hello, sign me up. It's not enough to have a device. We've also got to take time to help folks understand how it works, practice, and have opportunities to connect with others. So important, especially this past year, of course. This is just one of the ways our Circle of Care at Age Plus helps with isolation and loneliness prevention. If you can make a gift of $2,500, please click the donate button on this page or text, of course, Ageless, AGELESS, to 44321. And already, look at these gifts coming in. $2,500 from Mary Dick. Thank you, Mary. From Tony and Heidi Lineweber. Thank you, Tony. From Jim and Laura Meyer. From Mark and Mary Stevenson. Thank you all for the $2,500 gifts. Those will be matched dollar for dollar, up to $50,000 till we get to that total. So thank you for those amazing gifts of $2,500.
So next we'll move to the $1,000 level. Remember that all 250 and above are matched. That means your 1,000 turns into 2,000. Give your gift at this level. Your gift at this level will support a community dialogue on aging in a small town or city in Oregon. We need to hear from older adults and their families about the challenges and opportunities they face now and will in the future. These conversations ensure all voices have the opportunity to contribute to new policies and innovative solutions. So if you can make a gift at $1,000, please do so now.
And text where?
Text to 44321, the word ageless. In fact, my husband Earl and I will start off at this level with a $1,000 gift.
And look at this list. Thank you to Peggy Bray, who's the newest Age Plus board member, to Tom and Marilyn Fink, to Daniel Varieri, Karen Barber, Annette Kindle, look at these come in, Margaret Neal, Janet, is it Sehan?
It's Sehan,
Sehan.
yeah. Thank you, Janet.
Don Volum. Keep it up, folks. These $1,000 gifts keep coming in. And after $1,000, of course, the next level is $500. And this level can provide 50 Circles of Care rides that are door through door for those needing extra assistance getting to and from the car and going out to important chores like shopping and other things like that.
Getting medicine.
Getting medicine. So keep texting, folks. And at this level, special thanks to Cy Adler at PSU. And Tony Lineweber again at PSU. Wasn't he just at the $1,000 level?
He
and here
was
he
at
is
the 2,500.
2,500, and
He's
here
our
he is.
vice chair.
500.
Thank you, Tony.
Way to go, Tony. Paul Lumley, Jim and Laura Meyer again.
Yep.
They've hit that button. Jean Crouch Chamber. Jeannie Crouch and Charter Construction. Excuse me. John Davis. And there's $500 from Lisa Faust and her team at Pacific West Bank. Jeanette Handy. Dave and Dee Dee Munson. Central Catholic, and Gary, which is Gary Maffei's alma mater. He's one of our honorees coming up. They've given $500 in his honor, as have Peter and Julie Stott, in honor of Gary Maffei. Ann Takamoto, Gary Williams, Gary Withers, Del Zook, the State of Oregon's Commission on Senior Services, and the wonderful Pete Nickerson, also an OHS board member, by the way. So.
And Judith Romaley, one of our honorees. Thank you, Judith. Shannon Connolly, Scott Burns. Keep it rolling.
Coming in at $500. Thank you, Shannon, and thank you, Scott.
All those 500 gifts.
So.
Thank you.
Coming in next is $250. This is the last one for Tina's match in honor of her mother, Doris. And a $1,000 gift just came in from Peggy Bray. Thank you, Peggy.
Thank you, Peggy.
The $250 level provides a critical component of Age Plus's work. With $250, they can recruit and train a new volunteer for Circles of Care. We hear all the time that our volunteers get just as many rewards by helping others as our community members receiving help. Ain't that the truth? This has been especially true as volunteers have connected older adults with vaccine appointments. Boy, is that necessary now. It's a win-win for everyone. Again, please text AGELESS, AGELESS, to 44321. Coming in, $250 gifts. Former Governor Ted Kulongoski, a former honoree. He's at $250. Fred Miller, Susan Ehrman, Vicki Schmale, Kay Turan, Dick Solomon. Hey, Dick. Jay, the wonderful Jay Bloom. Thank you, Jay. Everyone's friend.
We also have a gift of $250 from Linda Kirschbaum, from Fred Steele at the Ombudsman's office. Thank you. Michelle Goodman. Thank you. Joyce Beasley, my mom. Thank you.
Hey, Mom. So.
Steve Percy.
It's hard to catch up with these.
It's hard to catch up.
I saw that Sean Cooney came in at $500 level.
Thank you, Sean. Terry Pancoast, we missed you at the $250 level. Thank you so much.
And Julie Reynolds, a $250 level.
Oh, we skipped ahead. We can't wait. It's so exciting.
Our last level is $100. For this level, Michael Deshane, Karen Brown Wilson's husband, wants to match the first 10 $100 gifts in honor of Karen's birthday next week. First 10 $100 gifts, so $1,000. Karen's husband will match that.
And Sean Cooney, it was
$2,500. The zero was added on there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Not $250, but $2,500. So again, the first 10 $100 gifts. Make Karen's husband pay up is what we're going to try to do here. We want him to give every last dollar he can for $1,000. So the first 10 $100 gifts will be matched. So the gifts they keep coming in. Amazing support. Please keep them coming in, as they will check back later in the event to acknowledge more fantastic donors. And now, You've heard about her husband. You've seen her. She's here in person. Karen, get on up here, and I'll step aside here, Karen.
I'm going to leave.
You, Stephanie will, right there. Socially distanced, and here she is, Karen Wilson.
I'm going to put my glasses on. So, now you know what a kind and generous person my husband is, and he doesn't have to wrap my present next week.
So,
He can still get me another one if he wants to. It's my pleasure to introduce him and our other major sponsor, Concepts in Community Living, with this special tribute. Today, we want to take a few minutes to recognize and thank all the long-term care workers across the state of Oregon who are there every day supporting older adults in our communities, pandemic or not. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Hello, I'm Michael Duchesne, President of Concepts in Community Living. As an owner and operator of many long-term care communities, we rely on thoughtful, creative, and hardworking staff who are willing to make brave sacrifices this year more than any other. They risk it all to work in our communities, putting the needs of our residents before their own. Our incredible long-term employees are the ones who, especially during this pandemic, have gone above and beyond to serve others and who are truly deserving of this tribute. I'd like to take this moment to specifically honor and show gratitude for the tremendous contributions of our long-term care workers who continue to sacrifice and show up for our residents. And I hope you remember how appreciative I am, as I don't seem to be getting any younger.
Thank you, Karen and CCL, for that beautiful tribute. You know, one of my favorite quotes is that of the late Governor Tom McCall, who once said that heroes are not giant statues framed against a red sky. They are individuals who say, this is my community, and it's my responsibility to make it better. And by that definition, our third honoree today is a true Oregon hero. You know, sometimes I wonder if it's even legal to hold a philanthropic event here in Oregon without Gary Maffei's involvement. He is involved in so many worthy causes behind the scenes, and we're honoring him today. But before we hear from Gary, let's hear from the one and only State Senator Betsy Johnson. As usual, she has a few words to say.
My thorough dislike of Zoom communications has come full circle today. Ordinarily, any meeting that includes Gary Maffei would be full of hugs, air kisses, arms around shoulders, and plenty of group pictures for Facebook. While today will still be celebratory and characterized by the optimism and goodwill that any Gary gathering is possessed of, it's just not the same from a distance. Missed hugs notwithstanding, I'm thrilled to join the Gary gang to say thank you, Gary Maffei, for everything that you have done and continue to do for Oregon. Fortunate in business, blessed with abundant friends and a happy home life, Gary could have invested his retirement in travel, fine wines, and patio parties. Instead, as we all know, Gary chose a path of accelerated public service, and I chose the word accelerated intentionally because Gary, even in his business life, always cared about his place with board service, fundraising, and personal philanthropy. But in his quote-unquote retirement, he's kicked it up a notch. There is a quote attributed to Abraham Lincoln that goes like this: "I like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives. I like to see a man live so that his place will be proud of him." Gary, we are unbelievably proud of you. We love you. You are the gold standard of volunteerism, communitarian, all of the things that make Oregon the special place that it is. And you are the perfect recipient for an Ageless Award.
Living purposely at my age means to enjoy every day, stay healthy, do what you want to do in life. I probably could say I was retired all my career because I always got to do charity work, and that's my favorite thing in life to do, is to help others. And so I really feel like when you are happy with what you're doing, you just continue doing it. If it's your church that gets you engaged, do it. If it's serving meals, go do that. You don't have to raise money in charity life. You can do a lot of volunteer work. Just doing the right thing for the right people, having good friends, which we do. We have lifelong friends. We have fabulous family. We do things with our families, but we always make time to do our volunteer time too. And we ask them, do you want to go volunteer with us? You know, so they get the same treatment that I got growing up when I used to go volunteer with my parents to do things, whether it was putting flowers on a children's float or helping pick up bingo cards on Friday night. You know, you learn that from older people. The awards that I find from volunteer work is the satisfaction of helping others. It really is, particularly children. And I like to see them helped. I just really feel if those kids don't have a start in life like I had, they're not going to be good American citizens. And so those are the rewards, is to see those kids achieve something in life. My current and lifelong friends are my friends that I have met through my charity work. And even to this day, whether we're still on the boards together, we still get together and we maybe work on a different charity and we get together, we know who to call. You know, those lifelong friends and family are the people that are their great rewards in life. You know, I'm a 76-year-old gay man with a fabulous 36-year life partner in Mark. And those are the rewards in life. When you're that lucky, you have to reach out and hand it to somebody else.
As you can see, Gary is a true inspiration and an incredible advocate across generations in our communities. As he accepts his award now, please welcome again, Gary Maffei.
Thank you so much for this award from the Ageless group. I'm very honored to be thought of for an award. I typically don't like awards. I'm not one that, I like to be under the radar screen, particularly for my volunteer work. And so I'm going to accept this award today on behalf of Luna, who keeps me happy, who goes places with me, and who's having a little fit here right now because she doesn't want to receive the award either. So, okay, all right. So thank you so much. I appreciate this very much. Oh, there, I guess she's behind me now. Thank you for the award. But I do remember from a number of years ago when Gert Boyle, who is a dear friend, also received an award like this. And she says, I don't deserve this award, but then I didn't deserve arthritis either. That's kind of the way I feel about it as well. So thanks, Gert.
Thank you again, and congratulations again, Gary. Let's take a quick look how our fundraising is doing on the donations thermometer. We've got some recent gifts from Bob Speltz of the Standard, $500. Lisa Faust, $250. Denise Labuda, $250. Wally Van Valkenburg, $250. Thank you, Wally. Oregon's Attorney General, Ellen Rosenblum, $250. Thank you, Ellen, and thank you for all the work the Oregon Department of Justice does in protecting our seniors. $250 from Elliot Dale. Thank you, Elliot. Keep that money coming in. Keep that thermometer going up. This is one instance we want the temperature to go up and up and up on the thermometer there. So we have one final 2021 honoree getting the Ageless Award today, and it's a man who is truly deserving of this. I was so happy to see the announcement that he was going to be one of the honorees. He has worked behind the scenes for so long in such a critical area in Oregon, deserving of all the recognition he receives. It's Major General R. Fred Reese. And here to pay tribute
I want to congratulate
his
General
friend,
Reese for this award from Age Plus in honor of his service to America, to the state of Oregon, and to all of the elder citizens of our great state. I have known General Reese as a friend, a fellow lawyer, but most of all, in the relationship between a commander-in-chief and his top general in time of war, General Reese is a soldier's general. He cared about them, their training, their comfort, and he was always there to show compassion and empathy for those who paid the ultimate price in those conflicts. Behind every great general, there's a great woman. And General Reese has that woman in his wife, Mary Lynn. Mary Lynn is as strong as the general. And I think it has been a benefit to Oregon to have both of them serve us in our time of need. Congratulations, Fred.
Post-retirement life is kind of an interesting concept for me because I'm not really sure that I've ever really retired. In fact, I would say that I've attempted retirement at least 3 times. I don't think it's in me to retire and take it easy. Well, my military service was inspired at a very young age by the fact that my mother's 5 brothers served in some fashion during World War II. So this became an avocation for me, military history in the military, and it led eventually West Point to commissioning in the active duty Army. Then, even when I left active duty, I decided I was going to stay committed to being a member of the service through the rest of my life, and I did so through the Oregon National Guard. Our family interest in farming is multi-generational. For roughly 140 years, from one generation to the next, we've been able to continue that and to live in this rural area and to realize, I think, all the benefits and treasures of living in rural living. Everyone knows who you are. Neighbors take care of neighbors. You find in a small school that everybody has to participate. Mostly, I think that people, older folks in rural communities, have the opportunity to get out, stay engaged with schools, with the younger generation, and with neighbors. All of these things add up to a busy life, a committed life, somebody who feels like things don't go on unless you participate and you are contributing to your fabric of the community. I think ageism is a concerning issue. People who have learned a lot, whatever they did in life, they've acquired lots of experiences and they have many things to contribute. Ageism thwarts the use of this valuable information that they have. Hopefully, with age comes some wisdom, and you're able to use that to work around these factors that you find in communities. Life, in many respects, is like a merry-go-round. You get on board and you participate. You enjoy the give and take of life and so on. If you step off, you find it's hard to get back on. And then I think you start to miss out and you start to lose the opportunity to enjoy the fact that life has a lot to offer, regardless of your age. There is more to enjoying life and what it brings you every day than just sitting back and enjoying the sun going up and the sun going down. There's everything out there to be involved with and to be engaged with constantly.
So many National Guardsmen and women and soldiers from across Oregon and across the country are for the better because of Fred Reese. So Fred, you're a true inspiration, and we thank you for your years of service to our country. And now, here he is. Please welcome Major General R. Fred Reese.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank Kerry Timchuk, an old friend, for his introduction here. And specifically, I'd like to thank very much the staff of Age Plus and the folks that nominated me for this award. It's very humbling to receive this, and I appreciate greatly your compelling mission that you've got. Certainly in our rural situation, there is a great need for the services and the mission that you perform. I appreciate this award greatly, and again, thank you. It's very humbling.
Thank you, Fred, and again, congratulations. Well, let's check in now and see how our progress bar is doing. Is that thermometer? Keep it going up, up, up. Every dollar you give helps support really the life-changing work, especially this past year, the life-changing work of Age Plus. And you can still help Age Plus get to the goal. It's never too late to give. Just text AGELESS, AGELESS, to 44321. Gifts of all size matter. No gift too large, too small is refused. And if you check with your CPA, I believe that Age Plus is a 501c3, so anything you give is, of course, tax deductible. Please continue to give and support this amazing work. The recording of this event will be available here on the Age Plus website for those who are not able to be with us today and need a little dose of inspiration. We wish you health and safety in these uncertain times, and I'm just being informed, by the way, that we did get the match. The wonderful match of $25,000 will be matched by your generous support today, so you've doubled your gifts. Thank you for your support today. Please share this link with all your friends so they can support Age Plus as well. And if you know somebody out there who's 75 or older and lives such an inspiring life, I'm reminded of the great late actress Helen Hayes, who once said, "If you rest, you rust." We've honored people today who aren't resting, and they aren't rusting. They're continuing to work. They're continuing to make a difference in their community. There are many more out there. Again, thank you for your support today. Thank you to Age Plus for the work they do, and we look forward to seeing you next year, fingers crossed, in person. See you then.
you.